let's start with the DB. Tell me about that.
Okay, so basically back in December 12th, I did a DP Diva scene, and it was my first ever DP Diva with oh goodness, I'm blanking on names already. I'm so sorry. It was with Donnie Sins and Milan Polkovic, I think. I'm sorry if I'm butchering it.
Close enough.
Hey, and it was really fun. It was really exciting, and I just I just wore a super cute pink little dress. It was sparkly, and they took it off of me, and it was just really hot and really fun.
Was that one of your first scenes you'd done, or have you done more before that? A lot more, I'm sorry.
I've done about this was my seventh scene total so far. I've done Hot Mills Fuck and backstage casting couch or backroom casting couch, I believe. And yeah, those were my very first two ever scenes that I ever did. And from there, it kind of just skyrocketed into doing. I did some videos with Net Video, and that was really fun too.
The first two you did you have an OnlyFans account at that point, or were you just stripping? Or how does this all come into play? The making
So
movies. Sorry.
no, it's all good. So basically, I first did a when I was in graduate school. I was in graduate school for theater, emphasis in costume design and technology. And during my theater time, it was a 3-year program, and I didn't like my theater program at all. It was very just it was very negative, and I needed a way to escape basically because all I did was go to school, come home, go to school, come home, and it was just a lot. And I've been a ballerina dancer since I was 2 years old. So I was like, well, maybe I can get back into dance again. But I didn't want to do hip hop or ballet. I wanted to try something different. So then that's when I was like, well, what about pole dancing? So then I tried doing pole dancing for a little bit, and my first ever class that I took, I actually cried afterwards. I felt like a horror. I felt terrible, even though we didn't take any clothes off or anything like that. It was just a regular exercise class. Um, I just it was just weird. And so I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm just going through a lot with school right now. So let's just take another class and see if we like it. And I did like a choreo class of pole. And I was like, okay, this is, oh, sorry about that. This is more my style. And then I started doing more pole choreography, started getting sexy with it. And then when it was summertime, after my first year of graduate school, I came up to more Northern California for a theater that needed a head of costume crafts. That's what I do during the day now as well. And I started doing a pole class over here. And the group of girls were like, hey, we're going to go to this club over here for amateur night. You should come with us. And I was like, oh, I would never do that. I would never strip in front of people and take my clothes off. No, never. I did it. And it was really just like liberating and fun. And like, I just took those off, and I only made $7, and I have those $7 to this day still. They're in my wallet.
When you started dancing or theater, was it for the attention then, or was it for the craft?
For theater, it was for the craftsmanship. I tried doing like acting a little bit on stage. But it just kind of it stresses me out. It stresses me out, and there's a lot of things that change really last second. But I do a lot of production work. So I'm behind the scenes in theater. And so I do all the creating. I create the hats, shoes, accessories. I rhinestone a lot of things. I do all this crafts work behind the scenes, and I give it to the actors, and they go out on stage and wear it. But with doing with my first ever like stripping experience that I did, it kind of branched out into, okay, well, I want to try and strip like legitly at a club back at school. And so I started doing that, and I liked more of the attention that way because then I started putting on more makeup. I started buying really sexy clothes and really, really awesome 8-inch heels, which I really like those. Those are my favorite. And it was just I went from just this very depressing environment to a fun, playful, just getting drunk all the time, but dances and a lot more money than I was ever making before in all of my life. And so it was just like, oh, this is kind of fun. And so it kind of stuck. It kind of stuck ever since. And then I started dancing up over here in North California. And I love it over here too. It's great.
When you when you get into dancing and stripping, do you prefer the VIP rooms? Do you prefer the stage?
Stage. I'm sorry. I like the stage more.
Is it just because all eyes are on you?
Oh yeah, I love it. Hmm.
How long did it take you to get away from the stress of being on stage in a theater versus I'm guessing you got a banging body. Everybody noticed that right away, and was that what brought you out of it? Was that were you surprised like what like these people are looking at me and they're transfixed, let's say.
I would say the difference between like with me acting on stage and with me performing, oh my gosh, and with me performing on stage is acting I have to remember lines.
Right,
And with
right.
dance, it's very, you can either have a choreography little moment in your brain, or you can just feel the music and all that. And since I've been trained since I was 2 years old with ballet and music and musicality and all that, it was just kind of like a no-brainer. But what was a struggle was slowing down. And what I mean by that is like when you're on stage for stripping, you have to connect with the audience. You got to get loosey goosey. Yeah. So it's just kind of like slow down, more milky movements, very seductive, eye contact with, your customers or whoever's watching you. And yeah, I like picking my music. And at first, when I was picking my music, it was very hardcore, very like
Right,
energetic and all that. But if you're there for like 8 hours at the club, I mean, you kind
right.
of get tired. So,
Right,
slower music is a lot,
right,
a very good stamina build up, or,
right,
where you can drag it out.
right.
You know what I mean?
I was on the road for 13 years with feature girls dancing when they used to strip in clubs. So I
Yeah.
have a pretty good idea what you're talking about. Did
Very
you
good.
become a cock tease when you started dancing? Were you a cock tease before that?
Um,
A cock
hmm.
tease now? Because it sounds like the confidence is there and the people are obviously checking out your body. The question is just you like showing it to them, but I don't know if you're going to give it to them per se.
Heard. So basically, yeah, I tease them. I tease them for sure. I'm actually a relatively good stripper worker in the back. I don't do extras. I really don't.
Right.
Um, but it's like, of course I try to like be like, whatever you want, whatever you
Well, of
want.
course, of course.
It's like I'm touching their body and all that kind of stuff. And like, oh my gosh, the classic line. Oh my gosh, your biceps are huge. I'd love to take a bite out of them. Oh my
Right.
gosh. And like that normally gets them. Or just like, it's just like men, they just like to be seen and heard. And sometimes what I've noticed is I get a little bit too personal with them. And I don't mean to be personal and or, pros and cons. But it's like, oh, I'm so proud of you. Like, that's so amazing. And like one time I had a guy actually like get teary-eyed when I said, "Oh, I'm so proud of you," because he told me like his latest like endeavors.
Right.
And I was just like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you cry or anything like that." And he was like, "No, I needed to hear that." And I was like, "You're welcome." Wow. And then he gave me like I think like a $20 tip, and then I was like, "Okay, bye."
But even at this point, you think you intimidate men?
Oh yeah, I do.
You
Yeah.
use that to your advantage?
Oh, of course. Especially when I'm in like 8-inch heels and I tower over them because they're looking up at this beautiful goddess and like, her tits are
Sure.
in their face. So it's great.
When you're naked, do you think they're checking out your boobs first, your vagina, your butt, your face?
I think they're checking out my ass first because I don't have a very big chest and I'm aware of that. And but I do try to incorporate it for sure, like when I'm on stage and I try to move them and try to jiggle them, like definitely like you can fake some things on stage and it's
Right.
kind of nice. And a lot of men really like it when I like just like kind of like intertwine like my fingers in with my nipples and like
Right.
they see it like right there and it's just like, oh.
Mhm.
And then I do a lot of like ass slapping on stage and like booty jiggles and all that kind of stuff. So I think a lot more people view my ass first, then my boobs, and then my long legs. Hmm.
To be a successful stripper, is it more about personality or having a banging body?
Um, I would say looks first, definitely have a banging body first. And then how you sell yourself is basically like the money maker. Because I mean, you can be like the prettiest girl there, but if you don't have a personality or if you don't have like a good sales pitch, then you're gonna be out of luck and everything like that. Now, some guys, they're just like, I want you, and they take you to the back. And sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. What I've noticed is that it definitely depends on which club you're going to because regulars are used to a certain thing. And if I am the new girl, they think that they can get away with some things. And it's like, oh no, trust me, I know. I know some things.
And did you have any secrets when a patron accidentally touched you? Or maybe you turned around and your butt was in front of his face and he grabbed you without your permission? Did your knee accidentally meet his balls? Or did your heels accidentally step on his penis? Accidentally.
Oh,
Accidentally.
accidentally. Accidentally. Oh my goodness.
Would you have another way of saying you're welcome?
Oh, well, what I do if they keep, oh my gosh, like sometimes these customers, they get like really, really handsy. And what I
Yeah,
do is I like to take their hands, like, okay, so let's say they touch me inappropriately. And I'm like, oh no, no, no. Instead of saying, oh no, don't do that, I grab I grab their hands and I
right,
bring them up and I bring it up over their heads. So then I'm on top of them like this, and
right,
they're focused on me. And then I either grind a little bit harder or I either put like my
yeah.
titties in their face or something like that. And then it just distracts them completely. And then I either get up and turn around and like shake my ass a little bit because then by then it's like just a lot of energy has already happened.
Have you given a lot of guys unintentionally a happy ending?
Oh my gosh, okay. Yeah. And it's like, oh, it was like one time, oh my gosh. Ooh. Ooh, I'm trying to remember. Was that my first club? Oh, I can't. This was like I'll tell you a different one, or I'll tell you both of them. The first time was this was like an army guy or somebody. He was a very young kid, and we were in the back of my first ever club, and I was grinding on him and everything like that. It was great. It was going great. And like you could tell like something was going on. And then like things kind of happened, and I was just like, "Oh." And he was like, "I'm so sorry." And I'm like, "It's okay. It's
Right,
okay. Can I have a tip?" And he was like, "Yeah, here you go." And then he just walked out. And I was like, "It's okay. It happens." But then there was like when it's on accident, it's fine. Or at least for me, it's like it happens. We move on. But also I was very inexperienced back then because when you first start stripping, nobody
right,
tells you the rules. Like they do, but they don't.
right.
And so then this other story, this other guy at one of my other clubs that I went to now, um, this is where like I was, giving him a little bit of a lap dance. And then afterwards I was like, okay, like, your dance is done. But then he started like jacking off. And I was like, oh, honey, you can't do that here. And he was like, oh, I
Right,
want to come. And I was just like, mm-mm, mm-mm. So then I
right,
went and I told a bouncer, and then the bouncer like removed him and said, like, hey, you can't do that here. And that was
right,
the first ever time I've had somebody do that to me. I've never had that happen before. And so it just threw me off because I was
right.
like, and this was out in public. This was out in public, an opened room. And I was like, okay, you know what? Go for it, but get out.
But do you work in contact clubs? You don't work in the 6 foot rule clubs?
6 foot rule clubs. Is that
Uh,
like,
you have to stay 6 feet away from the customer. I know it sounds
oh,
fucked up, especially when you're trying to do a dance and you're 6 feet away,
yeah.
but some clubs,
Yeah. At some of my clubs here, we don't have the 6 feet rule, or at least I don't know.
right.
But I know at my first club they did have that posted, so there was that. But it's like, I don't know, you
Don't
kind of,
ask, don't tell.
yeah, kind of. But that'll be our little secret, okay? Don't tell anyone.
You found the guy cute. how much more of a show would you give him?
Oh, that is a great question. Uh, well, I won't lie. I will say like when I found like some guys really, really cute, I test them basically because like you know how like when you try to like build up your regulars and everything like that, you give them
Right,
your phone number and then like you try to like, build connection that way. Well, this one guy, he wanted to take me out on dates and stuff like that. So we did some things like that. And then we got a little bit physical and stuff and all that wonderful things. And
right.
it kind of sparked some great magical moments. And so it's like I've had relationships when it went from like a regular to then like a relationship or even like a situationship a little bit and then go from there. Yeah.
But in that situation, for you, what is it about the guy that turns you? Is he, do you into the quiet type, or do you rub his crotch and he's got a big one, and maybe that turns you
All of
on?
it.
Does he whisper in your ear he wants to do dirty things to you? Does he tell you he wants to spend money on you? Does he tell you you're the second coming of sliced bread? Like, what is it?
I love that. I would say probably for me, what really gets me going, of course, if they're hot, if they have money, if they're giving me money, is when see, I like to get like choked a little bit, but I love it when we're like, grinding on each other
Right,
and they like reach behind like my head and they like either
right,
pull my hair or something like that. And then like I lean back and then it's
right.
like you get like that good pull, that good angle moment. I find that hot. That turns me on. And then it makes me want to like be like, okay, stop it. I'm gonna get all hot and bothered here. And then you're gonna
Right.
get me in trouble.
For you, rough sex. Do you like being tied up,
Yes, I do.
spanked,
Oh, yes, tremendously.
dirty talk?
Honestly, kind of, but it's more like I like dirty talk when it's like praising. So it's like, oh, you're such a good girl. Oh, you can take this really well. Um, And then like one time I was like sucking a guy off
Right,
and it was just kind of like I needed to come up for air, but he held my head down and he was like,
right.
take it, take it. I was just like, oh my gosh, like that kind of like dominating like little bits and pieces I find really, really hot.
And you and being face fucked then, or no?
Being face fucked hot, I love that. It's like basically I love being submissive and I love it when like men just dominate me and they just have their way with me and just like like choking, hair pulling, really just like just being rough. Like, but I don't like being hit in the face. Like you can slap me anywhere else, do not
Right,
slap me in the face because this is my money maker. I'm
right,
sorry.
right,
And if there's a bruise on my face,
right.
I can't work.
But the turn on for you in that is that you're giving up control.
Yes, I'm giving up control. Yes. hmm
And is that a spontaneous thing? Or is that like you meet somebody and you guys are you're getting along and it's going the direction you want it to go in?
hmm
Is there a signal or something? Maybe you guys start making out and then he just takes over? Is that what turns you on? Or is there a point when you guys start playing around and then you want it to take off from that? Am I making sense?
Yeah, yeah. I would say it depends on the person. Like I was seeing this one individual and he was uh I would say it's a big difference when they're like super skinny or like super buff. When they're super skinny, I've noticed that I'm more dominating and I take control. But like when they're super buff and like taller than me and like definitely they can pick me up and like no problems at all. I'm like, "Oh, okay. You're gonna take control." And then I become more submissive that way. Cause also too, like they basically take control. Like it's just kind of like a okay, we're here on my bed and all that kind of stuff. And it's like either we'll have like a brief conversation or somebody will just take control and just do whatever. And I kind of like that the most. Yeah.
Can you talk dirty?
I do. I do. Or I should say like I talk more like I tell them like, "Oh, you're such a big, strong, handsome man," or it's like, "Oh, I love looking at your biceps or your abs and I
All right,
love scratching them and like really
all
just
right.
lots of moans." Lots of screaming, I've noticed, but like sexy screaming.
We'll put you on the spot. Are
Oh my
you
God.
moaning and screaming to heighten his performance?
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Scratching to praise his ego?
Oh yeah. Because
Or
then they get a
making
little bit more like angrier then. And then like it just basically what I've noticed it raises their ego and they get a little bit more like animalistic with like
right,
how they're like taking care of me. And then they either go a little bit more crazy and we try like more for instance, what was it? This one individual and I, we were on like my couch and we were
right,
doing a lot of skull fucking and everything like that.
right.
And from there, it's like I said something and I think I said like, oh, is that all you got or something like that? And he took me to my bed and then he did like this new move on me. And then like he like just freaking went into me and just like really railed me really good. And I was just like, holy shit. And like for me, I tell these guys, because like I'm gonna be so real with you. I don't know how to squirt. And what I mean by that, it's like I know I can, but I get scared. And it's just kind of like all these guys that I've slept with, they try to make me squirt and they really get in there with their fingers.
Right.
And it's like right when they're about to reach it, they then like switch the moves. And it's like I tell them like don't move yet, but then they move and then they come.
But dirty talk for me typically is it starts really slow and oh you're so pretty and you're so beautiful. I can't believe I'm here. But then it becomes like you're dirty this and you're a little slut and the fucking
That,
gets harder and harder and harder. And
yeah.
depending on the people,
Mhm.
most girls in that situation to me prefer doggy and just get rammed and just get plowed.
Yeah.
You grab their hips and they're getting fucked and they're just in heaven.
Mhm.
They're bouncing all over the place. And at that point, sex to me, it's almost more of a question of how long can the guy keep the endurance.
Literally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally, because people get into fucking real fast, they usually pop.
Yeah.
And have you had that situation though where you've met a guy and he's so infatuated with you that he either takes his penis out or he pumps once and comes?
Yeah. And I'm just like, that's it. Like, and because like I love sex. I love sex so
Right,
much. And like, so it's like we were fucking on my bed and
right,
like it was just like really, really quick, like doggy or something like that. But he was just going at it
yeah,
and then just like came on my back and I was just like that it was only like a couple of seconds. What was that? It's like I want more because it's
right.
like I like the feel of it. Make me feel loved. It was like touch me.
Well,
Don't
you're
tell me to
talking
take
about
seconds.
intimacy opposed to getting fucked.
True. I would say a mix of it. I
Oh no, I
have to
agree
feel
with
like,
you, but from a
yeah.
dude's perspective, he wants to
Mhm.
fuck the shit out of you. It's great
Yeah.
for his ego.
Oh yeah.
If you're with somebody you love and you want to spend time with, you take your time and you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Ramming her, you might scare her.
That's true.
And then you have to build the relationship to me to a point where you, I guess, she trusts you enough to let you
Yeah.
rail her
Yeah.
because most guys don't. Since we're
Yeah.
talking about sex, we'll stay here for a second. Do you remember when you lost your virginity?
Yeah, I lost it when I was in graduate school. I think I was 24 years old.
Wow, what took you so long?
I was a good girl in high school. I was like, I was really scared to get pregnant in high school. And so, and all the boys at the time, like, okay, I went to a Catholic high school and we wore like the little skirts and the little tops and everything like that. And all the guys that I was seeing, it's like I knew that they just wanted me for sex. And at the time, I was like, no, I'm more than that, which I am. I know I am. But it was just like, it's very scary when also too you see all of your friends doing it and then some of your friends are getting pregnant and then you're just like I don't want to do I don't, it's like it's very scary and I was like the good girl where I wanted like straight A's. I wanted to make sure I got into a good college. I wanted all this. But then my senior year of high school, there was one person that I really wanted to have sex with. And we didn't do anything. We didn't do anything. And I was like, okay. And then I went to my undergrad And I thought I was going to have sex with this other person, and we didn't do anything either. And then in graduate school, I met somebody and we had sex on 420, and it was the best experience of my life. And we did like a whole bunch of like the bondage and everything like that. And it was just hot. I loved it. It was really hot.
Uh, Going back to high school, were you a cock tease in high school? Because you're a good-looking woman now. I would imagine in the skirt and the thing, oh, you're probably really hot. And you
Yes.
have to have known you had an effect on guys.
Yeah, I did. But I mostly, it's like I wasn't a popular girl, but I wasn't a nerd. Okay. I was in the middle where I was smart and pretty, but I kept to myself. I didn't go to any high school parties because I was scared because it was very lots of drugs were involved, lots of alcohol were involved. And if I got caught with that, I know that like it would be like the end of the world. So I didn't want to do any of that. But it's like wearing like the dress. I remember this one time I got up for my theology class, okay? And I had to go to the front of the class, and this one boy who sat behind me, I know for a fact that he slapped my ass. He slapped my ass, and I immediately turned around and I just stared him down. And he was like, and I was just like, don't do that
How many eyeballs did you feel on your ass when you got up? You got those long legs. You got that shirt in school. You've got to
again.
walk down the hallway and feel the eyes and shit, though.
I do. Yeah, I did.
And it's great for the ego,
hmm
and it probably pissed off a lot of other girls because your boyfriends are spending more time looking at you. So maybe they got your reputation, even though you didn't put out.
Yeah. Yeah, legit. I did. And it was like it was mostly some of my I don't even want to call them my friends anymore. But my friend group at the time, there were two girls that thought that I wanted their boyfriends. And I was just like, you guys, I'm just inviting you all to my house after prom for dessert. That's all this is. And it was just a whole thing. It's like they all thought that I was going to steal their boyfriends, and I didn't want their boyfriends. I was more focused on school. But it's like I made sure though that I wore the hottest dresses, that I
A
looked
100%.
amazing, and I had like very like form-fitting, like tassel
Absolutely.
outfits. Yeah.
And not to be a smartass, but my thought would have been, are you going to be the dessert?
I like that. I like that a
Okay.
lot. I should be like,
But were guys afraid of you, intimidated of you in high school?
I want to say. Yeah, I think they were intimidated, or they were just very I think they had like girlfriends at the time too. Because there was this one guy that I actually had a little bit of a crush on, but he was dating this other girl that was like a year older or something like that. And like him and I, we never really talked, but we would always make eye contact. So there was something there, but we both never acted on it. And I still kind of think about that to this day. So I don't know. Hmm. But yeah.
Where are you from originally? You're from California? You're from
Yeah, I'm from California. Yeah, like the desert part of California.
in grade school. Do you have a favorite subject?
Grade school favorite subject. First thing that goes to my mind is math, but I hate math now. I hate it. It's like I hate. Oh, I liked reading. Reading and writing was really fun. It's mostly because all you had to do in the class was just read the book, and half the time nobody read the book. And it's like if you read the book, you would know the answers to the test. It's that easy.
Did you know what you wanted to be when you grew up?
Yes. I want to say that I always wanted to create costumes, but I didn't know that it could be a legit job, like a corporate job, until I got into graduate school for theater stuff. But then branching out and doing like the stripping and stuff and discovering that I could make stripper outfits for other girls, or like do like basically turning stripping into an actual business and
Of
then
course.
branching out into porn. I didn't know that that was like a legit thing. And so when I first got like my stripping license over in San Diego, that's where I got my first ever stripping license, in San Diego. And I just had all this new money now, and I was just so like, oh my gosh, this is great. And it just kind of like branched out into like how I'm working my corporate job right now. I'm actually trying to decide if I want to go seasonal or not. because I can tell that things are shifting this year. And I want to flourish more and I want to do more things, not on my own, but more things that I'm called to do. And that's to perform. That is to look hot, perform, create some things, and make magic.
You mentioned ballerina before. How did you get into that? Did your parents push you into that? Is that something you wanted to do?
Yeah, my parents put me in ballet when I was 2, and I did ballet, tap, hip hop, jazz. And I took a break in high school because I was over it. The dance company that I was with, it was very favoritism was very high, and I was just over it. I was like, you know what, I'm done. And then when I got into my community college, then I did more hip hop, and then COVID happened, and then that's when I started doing pole dancing. Mhm.
Your actual ballerina, did you ever have any creepy teachers? Or we always hear these stories that are involved with girls.
Nope, no creepy stories, none of that. Um, let me think. It was just a lot of exercising. And like I said, I kind of kept to myself, but the girls were like mean. And I was just like, all right, I'm done with all this. I'm done. And once I'm done, I'm done. I will give you a lot of chances, but then once I'm done, I'm out. Bye.
In grade school, high school, were you ever bullied
Yes, yes, I was.
for?
I was bullied for being pretty. I was bullied for being smart. I was bullied. Um, ooh. Yeah, it was mostly just being bullied for pretty and smart. I actually got trash canned when I was in grade school, or not grade school, middle school. And it was the strangest thing. And it's like I thought these people were my friends, and it was not the case. And it was, oh, what was it? It was middle school. I can't remember if it was seventh or eighth grade. I think it was seventh grade. And I was hanging out with a group of girls after school. And we were just having a fun time. And we were all walking out. And they found a trash can. And they were like, oh my gosh, well, like, what if we put you in it? And I was all like, what? And they picked me up and they put me in the trash can. And I was mortified. I was very shocked that these so-called friends did that to me. And I was just like, okay, I'm done here too. And I'm a very loving person, and so I just couldn't understand why this was the case. I don't know.
Did you, I don't want to say got even with them, but how did you return the favor, let's say? I'm trying to be politically correct here.
Um, I don't I don't think I ever got revenge. If my form of revenge is getting more successful. So out
Right.
of all the girls, I graduated and I went to a better high school then. I got a better jobs. I got all this kind of stuff. So there's that. Um, but I just didn't really talk to them anymore. I just kind of, and I actually purposely would go into detention just to hang out in the detention rooms because I hated lunchtime. I hated talking to people over at this school. And like I wouldn't purposely like get detention. I would literally just walk
Yeah.
into the detention room and be like, "Hey, can I hang out in here?" And they were like, "Why?" And I was like, "I just want to work on homework or something." And I would just draw. I would just draw little pictures, and that's all I did until it was time to go to the next class.
And you remember the first time you saw something adult related, a magazine, a movie, maybe late night programming on TV?
Ooh, oh, that's great. First thing that comes to my mind is Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Right.
I was at like one of the events or
The
whatever where they,
midnight showings.
huh?
You were at the midnight showings where you did all,
Yes.
you participated in everything. I used to do that. So, okay.
It was really fun. And it's
Yes.
like when it, and they had like the actors, like they had actors on stage while the movie was
Yeah, yeah,
going.
yeah, yes. I mean, throwing
Yeah, like
popcorn,
all
doing
that.
everything. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And like it was the scene, and I think I remember it was I can't remember if I was 12 years old or something. I was watching Rocky Horror Picture Show at this event. But it was the scene with Janet and Rocky, and it was the song like Touch a Touch a Touch a Touch Me or whatever.
Right.
And I just was like, what is going on? And like I was like, I'm feeling some type of ways. I don't understand what this is. And then there was a scene where Frankenfurter was chasing Janet and said like your cherry pie doesn't taste too nice or something like that. And it made me feel things. I was like, what is this? And oh, what else? Some of that. And then my friend back in grade school would show me like a little bit of like some porn or something of that, of like two of like our favorite like anime characters or something. And I just didn't understand what that was at the time. But the Rocky Horror Picture Show, it made me start to feel things. I will say that. Yeah.
When you saw adult material, movies or
Yes.
whatever, thought ever crossed your mind that I could do that?
No, actually. I just thought it was just like I literally thought that it was just people well, of course, filming themselves, but I didn't know how intense it could get with like the production value. Sorry, that's the train going on over there. Um, but as far as like actual like film production and like as hardcore as it is, or not hardcore, well, production value and budgets and all that kind of stuff, it's very similar to theater. And so when I first got into this industry, it was just it baffled my mind of how similar it is to theater stuff, to film stuff, to the porn stuff. And it was just it's very insightful, but I think that's why I'm able to adapt to this relatively rather quickly because it just feels the same to me or similar, you know. Um but as far as like porn material, I started looking at that when I was 12. I would say probably after Rocky Horror Picture Show. I started looking up porn and then like I loved looking up a lot of like public sex. I really love that. And like I know that that has been like kind of different now, but it's like getting fucked in the wilderness is like really cool, but like all like I don't know. I'm going on.
No, no, it's perfect. The attention, the turn on for you, I'm sorry, is it that people are watching? You might get caught.
Yeah, I like that. Yep.
Which, is it both? Is it one? Is it people are
I
watching? You might get caught.
I want to say both. I like the adrenaline that it brings when
Of
like
course.
you're almost gonna get caught or something like that. Like car sex is fine, like it's so uncomfortable, but it's hot because you know you still have all those open windows. You don't know who's seeing. Um, I love the videos where, oh my gosh, I love watching when people are in like their dressing rooms or something like that, like in like a public store, like
Right.
a Macy's or a J.C. Penney's, and they're in the fitting rooms, and I was like, I want to do that. I think that'd be so hot to do that. But I know that there's like people who monitor things now and everything like that, and I know it's just harder to do more public stuff now. Um, yeah. But I think it'd be fun.
You know what a badge bunny is?
No, what is that?
For sake of discussion, you and your boyfriend are doing your thing in the back of a car and you get busted by a cop.
Okay.
Badge bunny has sex with the cop to let her go.
Oh,
Would
that's
you do
hot.
that?
Yeah, that's hot. Let's do it.
And you mentioned sex in public places like malls and stuff. I used to shoot a lot of tea stuff there, but I don't know what you're talking about. But the turn on, was there a specific store, a specific, if you went shopping, you were in Victoria's Secrets, you were in, I don't know, J.C. Penney's? Because it sounds like almost to me from talking to you for however long we've been talking, there seems to be a little bit of mischievous and a little bit of rebellion underneath this. And it's a
Yeah.
turn on for you to do something that's either naughty or not expected of you.
Mhm.
Do I have that pretty close?
Yes, yes. Yeah. I want to say, like, with me not having that sexual exploitation or exploration, I should say, in high school or in my undergraduate until I got to my graduate school, it's like I feel like I'm trying to play catch up. I think that's what it
Of
really is.
course.
Yeah, and so it's like with doing like the DP Diva scene, and like that was like my second time ever with two other people. Like my first ever threesome was for Net Video. Um, I don't know if they put that video out yet. I don't know. But that was my first ever filmed and first ever just in general threesome. And so then with my DP Diva scene, that was my first ever double penetration thing. It's like a lot of the videos that you see of me is literally a first time of everything. Like when I do like a gangbang or a orgy or a bukkake or anything, or like even my first girl scene, which I don't think that's out yet either. But my first girl scene, that was my first time ever with a girl. That was the first time I ever ate pussy, touched another girl's pussy besides my own. I've licked titties before and I've had titties in my face because I do that at the
Right,
club. That's no
right.
big deal. But like pussy, I was just like, oh, this is a lot. And I do get overwhelmed because I'm not used to it. But it's like I want to try these things out. And it's just it's fun. It's fun and it's exciting.
The turn on public sex, the shooting porn and stuff, are you an attention whore?
Oh yeah, totally.
A
I would
camera
say
whore or an
yeah.
attention whore?
Huh?
Are you a camera whore or an attention whore?
Ooh. Ooh. I would say I'm definitely both because when I'm on camera, what I did notice, I love being the center of attention on camera. That's my time to shine. Here we go. There we go. But when it's like when I'm stripping or like getting attention in public, it's when I'm on stage. That's my moment. Nobody can
Hmm.
take away my moment on stage. And of course I get jealous. Of course I get jealous. And I know when I do a boy girl scene, I know that I will get jealous of the other girl because it's more like sharing the spotlight. And it's
Right.
like, I'm very, like I said, I'm a very loving person. And it's also too, it's helping me discover what I'm okay with and what I'm not okay with, and discovering jealousy about myself that I never knew I had.
Had you masturbated to give anyone a BJ before you went all the way?
Yes, I did a lot of masturbation when I was younger. It was very fun. And I remember I locked myself in like my bathroom because I like was like, rubbing one out. And I was just like, I need to get that sensation again. What is that sensation? And I was in the bathroom for like 2 hours trying to figure out
Right.
that sensation again. And then I finally got it and it was great. And I was like, okay, so that's what I got to do now or whatever. Um, my first ever BJ was when I was in undergraduate school, and I didn't have a car at the time, so I rented one of those this one of those cars, a zip car. There we go. That's what it was.
Right.
I rented a zip car, drove all the way out to this one friend that I've known for a couple of years, and I gave him a BJ and everything like that. It was the first time I ever saw like a naked body, and we were gonna do things together. And I think he ate me out a little bit. We wanted, or he asked if I wanted to have sex, and I said only if you had a condom. And he said, "Oh, well, the condoms don't fit me." And I was just like, "Well, then I guess we're good."
Right.
And like now that I'm older, I'm like, he just didn't want to put one on. So I'm just like,
Right.
yeah, but we showered together. I sucked him off. It was really fun. And it was just different. It was definitely a different change in my body as far as like, okay, this is fun. I want to do more of it. And then the one person that I dated for while I was over at undergrad, they didn't want to do anything. So I felt like I was getting blue balled every single day. It was awful. Mm-mm. Yeah.
The first guy you gave a BJ to, you guys are in the shower or you're in the car?
We were at his parents' house,
Okay.
and his parents were gone, and we were in his room, and it's like he helped me take off my clothes, I helped him take off his clothes,
Right.
and he laid me on the bed, and then we were just kind of going at it that way. And then after that, he was like, and sucking him off, and then he did come in my mouth. I remember tasting cum for the first time. I was just like, this is
Right.
really salty. Ah.
But, uh, he goes down on you first then, correct?
It's been a minute. I can't really remember
Okay.
much.
For sake of discussion, you unzip his pants and hopefully this big thing pops out. Do you know what
Yes.
you're supposed to do at that point?
No. I didn't know anything. I was like, oh, that's what it looks like. Okay.
Does he
What do I
push
do?
your
Huh?
does he push your head down there? Does like because it sounds like a very innocent, very awkward, cool, weird situation.
Yeah, it was. I straight up told him, I said, I have no idea what to do. This is my first time doing any of this. And then he was like, okay, well, basically let me get you on the bed and we're gonna do this, and then I'm just gonna, just like lick you, and then like, and it tickled like when he
Right.
licked my pussy, I was just like, oh, it was just very, very ticklish, and then it felt good. And then when I started to like, basically when he was laying on the bed and I was just looking at his dick, I was like, can I just like touch around before I grab it? And he was like, yeah, do whatever you want. And I was like, okay. So then I'm all like scaredly like touching his abs and his thighs and stuff. And then I
Right.
like grab like his dick, and his dick is all limp still. Like, it's semi-erect. And I just grab it and I'm just like, does this hurt? And he's like, no, grab a little tighter. And I was like, okay. So then I'm like grabbing him, and then like, just the motion, and then he's getting like bigger in my hand, and I'm just like, what is going on? And so I'm like just moving all that. And then I think it was him that told me to play with my balls, like play with his balls kind of deal, because a lot of people don't play with the balls. And so I was like, okay. So then I'm like jerking him off, playing with the balls. And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna like try and suck your dick now. And I take a deep breath and I start, licking at it. And I'm just like, okay, this isn't that bad. And then like started like sucking and all that while like stroking and playing and like touching more. Because
Right.
it's like, since I know that I like to be touched more now, it's like I wanted to make sure that they know that I'm touching them as well and not just focusing on the dick. I want to touch
Right.
everything. And
Yeah.
I can't remember if he started to push my head down or anything like that. I don't remember. But what I do remember is that I was very scared.
Can you sense he's starting to pop, or does that just happen?
I could sense when he was starting to pop because he started to like leak in my mouth. And then he was telling me to go faster, go faster. And I was like, okay, so I'm like doing this, and then I'm sucking him off and all that kind of stuff. And he did say, yeah, like I'm about to come and everything like that. And then uh this is where I made the mistake where I let like the tip just be like in my mouth instead of like the back of my throat. So he shoots it in my mouth, and I'm just like, "Ugh," like I'm just like, oh my gosh, like what the heck? Because it was a lot. It was a lot, and I didn't know what to expect. And like the taste of it was just so different than anything I've ever tasted.
Hmm.
And I remember I swallowed some of it, and then I think I spat some of it out because I was just like, this is too much. This is way too much for me. But it happened.
Uh, Stupid question, but I'm good at stupid questions. Today, do you consider yourself good at giving a BJ?
Yes, I would say first time, no. No.
Yeah.
Now,
But
yes.
for
Yes.
for you, what's the secret to a good BJ then? Are you a hand person, a spit person, a tongue?
Ooh, that's a great question. I would say definitely I play with the balls more. Um, and what I've noticed, and I actually learned this from one of my stripper friends, okay? She calls it the good spit. And I'm like, what do you mean by the good spit? And so basically it's like when you're gagging on a dick, and then you actually get like, like some of your like, not stomach acid, but it's like when you're starting to like actually gag and kind of throw up
Right.
and get more of that gunky spit, that very, very gooey spit. Men love that. They love it. And I kind of like it too, because then it gets nasty and it
Yeah.
gets slobbery, and there's just like saliva everywhere. And I did that to this one guy, and he was not expecting it at all. And he was like, holy fuck. And then like he actually had to like pull my head off of him because he was about to pop right then and there. And
Yeah.
he just didn't want it to stop, but he was like, hold on, give me a second. And I was like, okay. So ever since I learned about the good spit, I mean, I
Yeah.
like doing that.
Most girls find that gross. And the other thing with guys, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, when you get to that point, their dick seems to get twice as hard.
Oh yeah, it's great. I love it.
And when you have a man's penis in your mouth, do you feel a sense of power over him?
Ooh, a little bit, yes. Because I do like looking at the eyes. I like making the eye contact. Um, I want to see how their body responds. And I respond well when they are moaning, but I've noticed that a lot of men don't really like to moan. They like to be silent. and they like it when I moan more, and they like to hear the sounds coming from me. And so that's why I kind of heighten my like moans and
Right.
screams and all that kind of stuff. Um, but yeah, I can feel them get harder for sure. And I just like watching their faces. I love watching their faces.
But and are you giving a BJ because they like it or because you enjoy it too?
Oh, I enjoy giving a BJ. I really do. It's like I like having cock in my mouth. I just do. It feels great. I like it. I know what to do with it.
And we
And
meant, I
hmm,
apologize for interrupting you. Uh, we mentioned face fucking earlier. Is that a turn on for you or is that not cool?
I find it a turn on. I only have been face fucked on camera and I think once or twice in my own personal life. And the first time I was getting face fucked, I had my tongue like I was my head was over the bed basically, you know, like how
Right.
you're lying flat and my
Yeah, yeah.
head's over the bed. My tongue, I had my tongue in a weird position. So like when he tried to shove his dick in my mouth while I was upside down, it was just not good. So I was like, "Ah, I
Right.
can't do that." Then we tried it again and it was really, really fun. I was like, okay, so this is how it's supposed to, you know, happen. But then when I started it in porn, the actors and my co-stars, they would tell me, hey, you know, stick your tongue out. Like, don't have it in, stick it out.
Right. Right.
Like, okay. And then that opened a whole new world for me. And I was like, okay, now this is fun. And so, yeah, I like BJs. It's fun. I like face fucking.
A good BJ for you, is it a race to get the guy off? Or is it a race for, because you sound like your face lights up when I asked you if you like the blowjob. It's a beautiful thing. So it sounds like you genuinely like doing it.
Hmm. I
So
do.
is it a race for you to get the guy to come? Does that mean you've done a good blowjob? Or does that mean you take your time and you enjoy the penis?
Yes. Hmm. I like to take my time. And of course, I like to tease and everything like that. But when I have sex, I want it to be like 2 hours, or I want it to be like an event or something. I don't want you to pop right away, okay? No, we're fucking for a while. So like, uh, I've had people where we've had sex for like 15 minutes, where it's been like 15, 30, 45 to then like a 2 hour session. And then within porn, it can be like a 5 hour session or a 6 hour session. 6 hours is a little bit too much for me. Oh my gosh.
Right.
But like, I love the exercise of because I'm working on my abs and core
Yeah.
and I'm getting fucked. So I know I'm gonna be like super like relaxed afterwards. I know that they're gonna have a good time. I know I'm gonna have a good time. And it's like I want to get off. Oh, sorry. It's like I want to get off and I want to get them off as well. Yeah.
You like edging guys.
Ah, I'm gonna say no, I don't. Because when I was like when I first started doing when I first started having sex, I was more in a dominant kind of side. And I don't know, it just made me feel too masculine. I don't know how else to describe it. Where I'm like edging them and then
Have you ever used your old
I
abilities
just
to get something you wanted?
oh oh let me think. Uh hmm. No, I haven't. I haven't. No, I haven't.
But would you?
Would I? Oh yeah, totally. Oh yeah. It's like I would love if I could do a BJ to get freaking, oh my gosh, I want this bag from Coach. It's the Rainbow Crystal Collection. If I could do a BJ to get that bag, sure, whip it out.
Uh,
Yeah.
you lose your virginity at 24. Do you go sexually crazy after that, or do you wait before you have sex again after the first time?
I waited. I waited because the one person that I thought I was going to have sex with next, it never happened. And I started falling in love with this individual for like the next 3 years, thinking that something would happen. And it just never did. Like we would like sleep in the same bed and we would touch each other, but we wouldn't like do, and we wouldn't physically like hands on dick or hands on puss. It was just touching and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, are we gonna do more? And he was like, I just don't want to get you pregnant. And I'm all like, there's condoms. I'm on birth control. Like, what's the problem? And so I don't know what his problem was. Um, because then I started going out with other men, but I just didn't want to sleep with them. I wanted to sleep with him. And I think I had a little bit of a uh I think that hurt my ego. And I think
Right.
that's why I wanted to like go after him more, because I was like, how dare you say no to me? Don't say
Of
no to
course, of
me.
course. I know
Yeah.
exactly what
And
you're talking about.
yeah. So I
Nothing,
think, yeah.
I apologize for interrupting you.
No, no, you're fine.
I was going to say, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but nothing freaks out a woman more than when a man says no to pussy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's
That's
just like, are you gay? Are you like what?
literally. And it's just like, why would you say no to me? Like, I'm amazing. And so then I do get very I call them like adult temper tantrums or whatever, but
Of
it's like
course.
I get
Of
pissy.
course.
And it's
Absolutely.
I'm
Absolutely.
why would you say no to free pussy? That's what I don't understand. So either they are in love with me, or you know what? Sucks for them. I don't know.
Sometimes it's reverse psychology.
Yeah. Be like, no, you can't.
I'm gonna tell her I don't want it, but I really want it. And when she gives it to me, she's gonna give it to me.
There you go. Yeah.
So if she just wanted me to touch her, I'm gonna manhandle this chick and throw her. I don't know that she's into that,
hmm
but that's my idea before.
Yeah.
So you get upset and you get, I know, I understand, been there, done all of that, but that's my experience with that.
Yeah.
So in college, you ever have a whole face?
College, mm, not undergrad, graduate school, yes. So it's like when I first had sex, um, with the person that took away my virginity, then they graduated, so they left. And from there, I then started having sex with other people. And it's like, since I was working over at the clubs, then I started build up regulars, and then like we would meet outside the club and everything like that. And I would have more, flings that way as well. And then there was this one person who did not tell me that they had sex with three people that same day before they slept with me. They didn't clean anything. And so basically, this might get a little TMI. I don't know. I don't
No,
know. Basically, it was basically where this person, I think this is where this hurt my health, in all honesty. Since they didn't clean themselves, I got the worst yeast infection in all of my life.
absolutely. Absolutely.
It was unbearable. And like, I've never had a yeast infection before until this person.
Yes.
And since then it was gnarly, and then my health declined, and I was just like, holy shit, what's going on? And oh, what else? Ever since then, it's like now when I have sex with people, it's like, and I'm very, very safe sex
Right, 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 right.
all the way around. I get tested. And I take pills and everything like that. But it's like now whenever I have sex, I have to watch my
Your stuff, right, right,
yeah, I have to
right.
watch myself because I'm prone to more yeast infections now. I'm prone to more
Yes,
UTIs.
yes.
And this person had the audacity to tell me that I was dirty because of my stripper job. I said, "Oh, fuck you. You're the one that slept with three different people in the same day before you slept with me and didn't clean your dirty dick, okay?" Uh-uh. So, yeah.
Uh,
So now I have to take like all these other like herbal pills and everything,
supplements, and yes.
supplements, everything like that. So I'm a pretty healthy girl. I really am.
Right.
I'm just immune compromised to some
But
things now.
but what was it that you four ladies saw in this dude that you had to bone him? And was he a good-looking dude? Was he a bad boy? What was it that made all of you want to bone him?
It's because he wanted to bone me and I just wanted dick at the time. I said, "Get on over here." And I basically it was where like I was so just craving sex and everything like that. I was
Right.
like, oh, you want to fuck me? Okay, come here. Come here. Let's go. Come here. Come here. It's fine. And so I would bone them and then I would send them away. But then some of them would actually catch feelings for me.
Of
And
course.
right?
Of course.
Yeah. But I was so used to it being the other way around where I would catch feelings for them. So when they stuck around, I was just like, you guys already got my pussy. Like, go off. Like, go somewhere else. I don't know.
Can I give you a guy perspective?
Yes.
You look like this. You suck dick like you like to suck dick and you like to fuck. Well, why do I want to leave?
Thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thanks.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. So when people tell me no, it pisses me off.
I've done that plenty of times. I know exactly what you're talking about. But you kind of mentioned it. When you were looking for people for sex, you were a hit and run type of girl. You saw this guy. It's like, I want him. And then you had him, and then you literally kicked him out of your bed and said, get out.
Ooh. It's when I know that, well, this is so bad to say. It's when I know when I have more money than them. I know that I can be like the controlling one. I know that I'm in the power, basically. When it's that and where it's like, I'm not in love with you. This is just either a quick sex thing. Because one, I was leaving my graduate program and all that kind of stuff. I didn't care. I was like, yeah, let's fuck, whatever. But it's when I have my own place, I have my own monies, I have my own lifestyle. It's like I have nobody telling me what to do. And I'm not going to let you tell me what to do, especially if they were younger or if they were older but didn't have a car. I'm like, I'm not going to listen to you. It's like, unless you are on the same level as me, I'm not going to listen to you. And I'm going to do what I want within reason.
You, you left out the most important part.
What?
I love to fuck.
Oh, here, I'll add it right now. And I love to fuck.
Look at me. I've got all this shit and I love to fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that to me would be, you would intimidate the shit out of people. But I think personally, just my 2 cents, and I could be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that you'd want somebody on the same level with you.
Really?
I don't think you would.
And what do you recommend? Somebody
No, no,
more?
no. In that
Oh.
situation, your ego and your vagina wants to get boned, and your ego is like, I'm the shit and I'm in charge. If
Mhm.
we put this up to here with this, you two would kill each other. Have you had anal sex up to this point then, or no? Not at all.
I had no. Basically, in my private life, I have tried anal sex once and it was bad. Or no, I lied twice. Twice and it was bad. It just hurt too much. I didn't know what I was doing. Once I started doing porn, it was my first ever anal scene with Jay Romero. And he took it nice and slow. And I took all of his dick and I was like, oh, is this what anal sex is supposed to feel like? This
Right.
feels really good. And it was my first successful anal and I loved it. And I love just like the new sensations that I haven't ever felt before because all the previous times sucked. And it was just, it's nice. I like how, and I do more of it now.
Right.
Yeah. Mhm.
What would be the easiest way for a guy to get in your pants? Are you a chocolate and flowers girl? Or are you a romanticized person? Or you what?
Ooh, I want to say I am a romantic. I really am. What really gets me going is if you have a job, your own place, your own car, um, no kids, you're single, no kids, nothing, nothing. And just confidence and caring. Like just give me that chivalry just a little bit. Open my door, tell me I'm pretty. And it's just basically I don't know, you gotta have confidence. Somebody with confidence
Right.
who knows how to fuck.
Confidence or arrogance?
Ooh. I would say for relationship, I want confidence. For just a quick fuck, arrogance. Hmm.
Like, so for sake of discussion, this will sound like a bad porno, but just go with it. If we see you in a bar and you look stunning and you're standing at the bar and you look like $1 million and we walk up to you and whisper in your ear that we'd like to take you in the bathroom and fuck the shit out of you. You would smack that person, you would do what?
If they were hot, I'd be like, oh, okay. Or I would say how much. And there's that. Now, if they were like ugly, then I'd be like, no. But I actually, I would probably be like, oh, well, fuck you. And I don't think I would slap him or anything like that, but I think I would just walk away. I'd be like, okay, that was really weird. And I would just tune it out and go about my day. I'm not really much of a aggressive woman.
But for sake of discussion, you've never had an ugly dude rock your world.
Hmm. Mm, no, I would say I have, but he had really great fingers. Dick game was bad. Dick game was bad, but fingers amazing. Mhm.
Okay, dick game. Dick game is just nonstop pounding. Dick's game is finding your G spot. Dick's dick game is what?
He would just like I would tell him like when occasionally when you would fuck me, if you could just like shove all of your dick in so I can feel you, like show me that power. But I could tell when he was about to do it. And so it was just he was just very inexperienced, is what I'm trying to get at.
And he's afraid of you. He's afraid of
Yeah.
pissing you off.
Yeah.
And that's where the arrogance comes in. And that guy takes that dick and shoves it so far up your pussy you're in heaven.
Yeah. And I think that his dick just wasn't long enough for me personally. I think it was just a lack of inexperience, a lack of experience. And it just wasn't doing it. But the fingers were great. The fingers were long, and he made me come multiple times with his fingers. And as long as I can come, we're good. We're good. Now, would I like for it to be like a dick inside me that makes me come? Yes, absolutely. But sometimes if you can't get it one way, as long as like we can get it the substitution
Right.
way with fingers, sure, it works for me.
But a good fuck session for you is it 20 minutes long and you want those 3 times a day? Basically, you want trying to kill your boyfriend?
Oh, that'd be great. I would love that. I would love to have sex every day if I could. Oh my gosh. Like if I could do just a quickie, that would be great. If I, yeah, sex every day would be great. I don't have to get off every time, but it's just more like the motion of it. It's just, I like it. It's a form of exercise and I don't have to work out later on that day then.
And we kind of touched on it earlier, but are you into spontaneous sex?
I would say so. Yeah.
Craziest place you had sex on a whim.
Um, I had sex in, it was a drive-in movie theater. I did do that. That was wild. Um, ooh, where else? Did I have sex at the club? No. No, I don't do
You
that.
never had sex in a strip club?
No, I haven't done that. It's like knowing my luck, I would get caught and fired. That's why I don't do that. Um,
And you've never had a manager put the moves on you?
they have sometimes. They have. And what do I do? I either play it off or I tell them, okay, then pay me. And either they will or they won't. And if they will, then I keep it hush hush. But if they, don't, then I'm just like, oh, ha 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 ha. And then I go about my day. It's more like put your money where your mouth is, and then we'll actually see if you're like serious?
But you talk the talk, do you walk the walk?
Exactly.
No, do you?
Oh, do I?
Yes.
Uh, yeah, I would say I do, especially when it comes to sex for sure. It's like, hey, I like you. Do you want to go back to your place and bang? And they'll either be like, yeah, totally, or no. Um, and I will say if I want to fuck you and I'm not charging you or anything like that, you better be grateful because I genuinely want to have fun with you.
And you better not say
Charge
no.
you, that's because I think you might be a little bit ugly.
Right. And he better not say no.
Exactly. And you better not say no. What the heck?
Uh, uh, is there a place in public you want to have sex?
Ooh. Oh, that'd be great. I've seen people have sex in like those beach cabanas before. I think that'd be
Right.
hot. Sex in a sauna, sex in a jacuzzi, sex on the beach, open beach where everybody can see, in the ocean, that would be hot. Um, I think it'd be really hot to fuck in a photo booth. Excuse me. I know that's kind of old school, but like,
No, it's tight, but yeah, I can see it. Make
yeah,
sure to take random pictures, or you take the strips of them, and they give it to you
yeah,
when you're done. Yeah,
literally memories.
yeah, to last a lifetime.
Yeah.
For you, sex, do you get turned on more psychologically stimulated or physically stimulated?
Hmm. I would say psychologically. Yeah. It's like I have to have that fun banter back and forth.
Right.
And when I know that we're like vibing back and forth, then I start to get a little bit turned on. And it's just the confidence with them. If they can match my confidence, then we're golden, all that. Mhm.
And a typical day for you, you get out of bed, you go somewhere. Do you see things and your head gets dirty thoughts?
Oh yeah, all the time. It's like if I'm walking in the mall and I see like a really handsome guy, I'm like, oh, I could just pin him against the wall and just rip off his shirt. That'd be hot.
Have you been in a grocery store? Have you thought of cucumbers and bananas and all that? Have you ever even done those?
I haven't done those. I have thought about it. I haven't done it. I I have what have I shoved up there? Besides all of my crazy dildos that I have, I one time no, I won't say that. No, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Um, no, no cucumbers, no bananas. Uh, yeah, nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy, but my like
Do you have
what
an
do you call
alien shaped
it? Yeah,
dildo?
my alien shaped dildos, all of that stuff. The weird shape, the weirder shape, the
Well,
better. I love it.
okay, but joking aside, you're
Mm.
like the fifth person that's mentioned. What turns women on about having sex with an alien monster?
Ooh. I think it's a sense of the outer worldly, like you can't control what's going on or anything like that. Like, you know how like there's like tentacles, like there's
Yeah, yeah,
tentacles
of course.
that. I think it'd be so fun to do that. Like, because you can't, you're tied up basically. There's no way for you to escape. You just have to take it. And I know that there's like those dildos that like you can shove like the eggs inside you and stuff like
Right,
that.
right.
I'm interested in getting one of those, but I think it's just that feeling of being used. I really, really like that. It's just hot. It's really hot.
Do you know what a CNC scene is?
I do, or I know the term for it. Yes, yeah.
Turn you on, not turn you on. You would do it, you wouldn't do it.
Oh, it's hot. I would do it. I would do it. Yeah.
In your case, is
Mhm.
a turn on for you that is happening spontaneously, or some people actually like to plan it a couple days in advance?
Ooh. I would say if we had a brief discussion about a CNC, where you're gonna come over to my place, perfect. Just tell me like, and it's like I don't have to know what we're gonna do, but it's just like I'm gonna come over at this time. Okay, I'll make sure that the door is unlocked or whatever, and then they come over, we do the thing. Oh my gosh, what are you doing? And
Or the kidnapping, or the in the laundry room, or in the kitchen, or wherever.
yeah. Yeah, I think it'd be so hot. So like when the first ever guy that I fucked, basically,
Right.
he was basically like a martial artist kind of dealio thing.
Okay.
And we did a little bit of a CNC kind of like role play moment
Right.
where he used some of his martial arts move on me. And
Okay.
so it's just like that. And he didn't tell me what he was gonna
Right.
do. He just came over to me
Right.
and just like started doing the things. And I was just like,
Right. Right.
holy shit. It's
Right.
like where I don't know what's going on, I find that a
Right.
turn.
Right.
That makes sense.
100%.
Okay.
To me, the setup is more important.
Yeah. That's what I've noticed in a lot more like porn production as well as the setup.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm still learning, I'm still
Right.
learning about things. And like I'm so used to like scrolling and just scrolling straight to the penetration
Right.
and stuff like that.
Right.
So it's like now actually being like a star in like some of these productions is kind of like, no, you have to make it work. Like you need
Yeah.
to make it believable and stuff like that. And I'm trying, I'm trying. Even like in my when I do a scene and I see like the photos or even the
Right.
trailers, it's like majority of the time I'm smiling in my photos. One, because I'm genuinely having a good time. I
Right,
love sex. It's so fun. And it's like, I feel good. I'm having a great time. But
right,
it's like, I know that when the guy sees it, it's like, oh, she's having a good time. I'm safe. I can
right,
continue doing this.
right.
Can I try railing her a little bit harder?
Yeah,
What
of
facial
course.
expression are we going to get now? So it's like, it's just confirmation to the
Mm,
guy that everything is okay. Continue.
yeah. You have an OnlyFans.
I do. Yes, I do have an OnlyFans.
Tell me about it. What's the handle and all that?
My OnlyFans is I have two, at Lars Pole 2 and at Lars Pole. And I recommend going to the second one. That's my paid subscription one. And I try to post things on that at least every day as much as possible. It's just that since it's been the new year, I've been taking a little bit of a
Right,
break.
right,
But it's all the things that you see posted on my OF or Pornhub or anywhere. I'm doing all my own editing and everything. So everything just takes a little bit of time. And I have my
right.
full-time job during the day. I strip at night and I make time for this. So it's just kind of
Good things come to those who wait.
exactly. And I post a lot on my Twitter, my Instagram. My Twitter is confetti star with two R's. And my Instagram is actually 5-star review, but it's 5__star__review. So, and all that is on my linked me, which is just confetti star with, I think, just one R. I believe so. Yeah.
Be successful on OnlyFans. Do people come there more for your personality or to watch you have sex?
I think people come to my page mostly to see me fuck weird dildos. I really do think so. And I'm totally fine with that. I want people to see that. And I'm trying to get a little bit more creative and I want to do more storytelling and everything like that. But I also just my time and just making sure that I get content out.
Okay,
I like to film like a really long video and then split it off
right,
and then just like, just make sure that there's something to look forward to, like you're watching an episode, a television series.
absolutely.
You have to stay tuned for the next episode, right? Of course you do. So it's just kind of like that. And but I am trying to do more storytelling. Like one of the videos that I haven't put out yet, I pretended like I was a little schoolgirl and I have to work on like learning about the anatomy for one of my science classes because I have to take a
Right,
really big test tomorrow. And so I was like fucking one of my like crazy
right,
dildos for the anatomy. And then this other one that I filmed, it was where like you're sleeping in my bed and my Christmas lights are on. You were just working so hard. I just came back from the club, but I'm really, really horny and I'm gonna wake you up right
right,
now. And so then kind of playing into that, it's hard to get certain angles, especially when you do all
right.
the production and all the things and you're
Yes.
the one that's acting. So it's just a lot of things are going on. But at least those are two videos that I still need to put out yet.
When you're not
But
doing silly interviews like this, what do you like to do?
I like to work out. I like to dance. I I'm trying to do this new thing where I find a place on like TikTok or some new place that I've never been to in my area and I try to go there by myself because like I said, I have nobody here, so it forces me to get out of my comfort zone. I'm trying to explore my area
Right,
more and I get to try new foods and if it's either a good place where I would go back again or not. And like I just went to a new restaurant basically like a couple weeks ago and now I'm a regular over there because I was like, this place is so good. And I would never go there by myself, but
right,
I told myself, hey, you know what? Just try it out, see
right.
what you like. And I loved it. And now I'm a regular.
And how much different are you than the person people see on camera? How much of this is an act?
I would say majority of this, it's 80% really me, 20% an act, in all honesty. Uh, Now, when I'm like stripping and I'm confetti, I'm a lot more bubblier. My voice is higher and everything like that. I'm very like, oh my gosh, like, hey, you guys, like all that kind of stuff. But it's like, I genuinely do love talking about my life. I love sharing my experience. I want to know your experiences. I love sharing information. And I know that sometimes that can be a good thing, sometimes that can be a bad thing. But majority of it is really me. What you see on camera is majority really me because it's my first time experiences for everything. Now, when we get later on down the line where I'm doing maybe multiple scenes of the same thing,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to act more. I don't know. Maybe I'll be more experienced because I know certain things, but also too, with me working in theater and doing acting and all that as well, it's just kind of like I think eventually it just molds into you as a person as you grow
Mm,
older, if that makes sense.
of course.
So
The social media handles are.
X, Confetti Star with two R's, and Pornhub is Confetti Star. Uh, OF, Lars Pole 2 and Lars Pole. Instagram is 5__star__review. And my TikTok is Confetti Star with two R's as well. Oh, I'm trying to think. I said Instagram. Okay. Oh, Threads. Threads is 5__star__review as well. Yeah, I think that's all of them.
For you, what is the reality of this business so far versus what you might have thought it was?
The reality of this business. Basically, I guess what I am expecting, I was expecting getting booked relatively consistently, but like now that it's slow season, when it's slow season, there's nothing going on. Like there is, but there isn't. You know what I mean? And learning to be patient. I think that's my biggest flop right now is that I'm used to going, that it's like, no, you have to wait. You have to wait until either you send out like a little blurb or something like that, or people reach out to you, or making connections that way, or even when like directors reach out to you and like, hey, can you come over here on this day? And it's like, okay, yeah. And it's just like negotiating and stuff like that. And I have this like sense of urgency where it's like, oh, I have to post something, I have to schedule something. It's like, no, 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 no. Like, yes, you can post, it's okay, but it's not the end of the world. Like, it will build up eventually. Take your time, chill out. That's kind of where I'm kind of at and what I've realized with this industry. It's like there's your go, 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 but you need to learn when to relax. And I don't know if that makes sense, but, or maybe I'm just not well known enough yet where I get those constant bookings, and that could be part of it too. I'm really hoping that when I go to XBiz and AVN, that I make more connections, that I talk to more people. I've never been to these conventions before, so I don't know what to expect. All I know is that I am at two booths now. That's all I know, and I'm doing some signage, and so yeah, come see me if you want.
Anything you want to say to all of your fans?
Thank you so much, everyone. I love you all dearly. And, just thank you for your support. I couldn't have done it without you, and let's keep this party going.